Let's see, I think we're recording. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We're going to take a couple minutes to get started, but thanks so much. Good to see you here. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning for today's Green Business Workshop. We're going to get started now, and this webinar is scheduled to be about an hour, so we'll just get going. So I'd like to first of all thank Travis Wagner from City of Sonoma, the Sustainability Coordinator there, and Mark Bodenhammer, Executive Director of the Sonoma Valley Chamber of Commerce, for inviting us to present this workshop and coordinating outreach for the workshop. My name's Christine Condon, and I am a department analyst with the County of Sonoma Energy and Sustainability Division, and I'll be your host today and one of the presenters for this workshop. Also joining us today are Deb Lane, Water Resource Analyst from the Santa Rosa Water, to talk about drought and water smart resources for commercial customers, and Connie Malone Jones from TRC and Maria Fields from JewelSmart, who will be introducing you to the new BayREN business program for small and medium business owners in the Bay Area. My colleague Pilar Garibay, a program specialist with the division, will also be assisting with the workshop. She'll be monitoring the chat for questions. If you have questions throughout the presentation, please enter them into the chat and we will address them after each panelist's presentation. Actually, we're going to hold questions for green business until the very end, but please do enter them in the chat and we'll address them at the end. Following the workshop, a link to the recording will be sent out via email to all people, all folks registered for the workshop. So first of all, I'm going to just talk a little about our division. Not many people realize that the County of Sonoma has an energy and sustainability division. And if they do, they don't realize the number of services that we offer for the community. The division was created in 2006 to address county energy use in order to mitigate climate change through greenhouse gas reduction. And in 2009, our first community-facing program was introduced. The Sonoma County Energy Independence Program, also known as SCIPE, is the first and longest running residential property assessed clean energy financing program, also known as PACE. SCIPE Financing is available to commercial and residential properties located in Sonoma County. The program allows property owners to finance energy and water saving improvements as a tool to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And since the inception, SCYPE has been expanded to include wildfire safety and seismic strengthening improvements to increase resilience in the building stock in Sonoma County. So also since 2006, we've added a number of resources and services for the community. Our primary focus is on the built environment. We assist customers through a variety of services. We work with cities, towns, special districts, businesses, and residents to increase energy efficiency in their buildings through consulting, project planning, and connections to rebates and financing. Our consultations provide no-cost, impartial information to educate community members so they can make informed decisions related to building improvements and other project planning services to help identify resources such as incentives, rebates, and financing to get projects done. And we host numerous workshops and trainings like this for the community and also for workforce development. We also partner with a variety of agencies to offer programs and services to the community. So I mentioned the Sonoma County Energy Independence Program, and just wanted to provide a little more detail about that program because it's a great tool for financing upgrades for energy efficiency, wildfire safety, seismic strengthening, and also solar and battery storage. So really enhance the resilience of your structure. We can finance electric vehicle charging stations, water efficiency improvements that are permanently attached to the property's structures, and other measures that you can find out about on our website. So our URL, sonomacountyenergy.org/financing is where you would go to find more information about this program. Again, a really great resource for some property owners to enhance the resilience of their properties. And this is really important for businesses in this climate. So during this morning's workshop, we'll talk about how to become a certified green business through the Sonoma County Green Business Program, best practices in energy efficiency, water saving and waste management, and pollution control, and special programs and resources that can help you achieve your sustainability goals and promote your efforts as a green champion. So why green? Sustainable green business practices result in cost savings, improved employee wellness, productivity, recognition and rewards, and promotion of your efforts towards community goodwill, marketing edge over the competition, and shows your support for the community and leadership. And why now? With all the challenges related to COVID-19, this is a great time to incorporate sustainability into your daily operations. It's an excellent time to think about how to build business resiliency, reevaluate core processes, increase efficiency and cost savings, access available rebates and incentives, and participate in green business marketing campaigns. And the Green Business Program is free, with free offerings. So it's a really great resource for businesses. So the statewide California Green Business Network surveyed some of the participants in the program, some certified green businesses, and asked why they did initially seek certification. And there's a variety of responses. The business that responded in Sonoma talked about it was the right thing to do for the environment, and being a business owner and a leader in the community, they had the ability to inspire others to prevent climate change by trailblazing. So I love all these quotes. I thought this was a good slide to include. So why green business? The California Green Business Network leads the state and nation in working with small and medium businesses to create a vibrant green economy. Led by a coalition of cities and counties, we contribute by helping make our communities healthy and more livable, while also conserving resources and saving money. The local programs offer free sustainability consulting and technical support. And I think personally that might be the most value that participants gain from the program is the access to sustainability expertise from our staff members. So it's a really, it really is an invaluable service. And it's, again, it's a free program. There are many benefits to being a green business. One of them is the Green Business Network. Often they don't have it active right now. It just ran out of funding, but it is going to be replenished. They have a $500 rebate available for businesses working on certification to pay for maybe some of the things that they need to do to adjust to meet the program requirements. Like say they need to replace a non-compliant cleaning product or purchase recycled content copy paper or retrofit a light fixture or something like that. They can use the rebate for anything that contributes to the measure, or water efficiency improvements. Really great opportunity to make some really meaningful improvements. So here's just a slide with some statistics about the Green Business Program in general and also in Sonoma County. We currently have 62 certified green businesses in Sonoma County, and you can read the other stats, but there are in California, there are 4,000 plus recognized businesses. So what makes a green business? The Sonoma, the program benefits, I'm sorry, I just lost my place. So I'm going to back up a minute. One of the most beneficial aspects of the Green Business Program is that Green Business Program staff provide technical support and resources to meet program requirements to help businesses reduce water use, conserve energy, commute sustainably, prevent pollution, and avoid waste, all at no cost. So I've said that before, but it is really the most beneficial component here is the access to experts to help you really achieve more sustainability in your business operations. So what we do, we provide technical assistances to businesses. We have marketing campaigns to promote businesses that make changes that save money by conserving resources. And the Green Business Network provides a green marketplace for consumers to vote with their dollars. And what do I get if I'm a certified green business? So the Sonoma Green Business Program benefits include access to rebates, free marketing and promotions, use of green business logos for print and electronic campaigns, window decals, and a frame-worthy green business certificate signed by the Board of Supervisors. Recognized green businesses are listed in the statewide Green Business Directory. And so that's just one listing for one of our local green businesses. This business is located in Sonoma Valley. Also, green businesses are listed on the Shop Green app, which is a smartphone app that you can use to find green businesses anywhere. And then green businesses receive a promotional toolkit once they're certified with electronic window and print logos to use to promote your business's recognition. And we very much look forward to in-person events, award events and mixers, because they are such a great networking opportunity. However, in the meantime, we've been celebrating our recognized green businesses by running full page ads in local print media, social media campaigns, and through the County of Sonoma website. So on the right of the slide, that's an example of the ad we ran, I think this past June, for the local businesses that had been certified in the past year. And that ran in the Press Democrat. The Sonoma Green Business Program serves more than 20 sectors in the economy, from office retail, auto shops, grocery stores, to hotels and dentists. The Green Business Program focuses on the following areas: energy, pollution prevention, solid waste, transportation, wastewater, water, and community. So many of the measures in the program are likely things that you're already doing, and our staff provides guidance, and the program provides guidance and resources to go even further and to become a certified green business. Examples of some of the energy measures include regularly scheduling HVAC maintenance, using energy efficient lighting, and having or committing to purchasing Energy Star office equipment and appliances. Pollution control measures include use of non-toxic cleaning products, use of integrated pest management compliant pest control, or IPM, dispose of universal waste properly. And then on the bottom of the screen, there are some decals or logos from some organizations where you can use as a resource to look up green cleaning products that meet the program requirements. And those are fantastic resources, whether or not you are going for green business certification. Really wonderful database of environmentally sound cleaning products. So solid waste measures include recycle and compost and label waste bins, use reusable dishware in the break room, purchase paper products with recycled content, eliminate single-use water bottles, eliminate polystyrene and styrofoam, set your printer to two-sided printing as a default, and eliminate single-use coffee pods. Transportation measures include offering employee commuting options, switching to low-emission vehicles, and installing or providing information about the nearest EV charging station. And some of these measures that we're listing here are core measures, requirements, and some are elective measures. So there's some flexibility in the program where you can make it, use it to meet your individual business's requirements or practices. Wastewater measures include protecting nearby storm drains and covering dumpsters and other waste containers. Water measures include low flow faucet aerators, toilets, urinals, and shower heads, checking for and repairing all leaks, adjusting irrigation scheduling seasonally, watering during non-daylight hours, and using native or drought-tolerant plants. And Deb is going to go into more detail about the water section here in a little bit. I did want to include this slide. This is the Sonoma Marin Saving Water Partnership website information, and you're going to get this slide deck after this presentation. So I think everybody should know about this resource. And again, Deb will be talking about some of these resources, but this is a real powerful partnership that we have in Sonoma and Marin, and really applies countywide. I just listed a few tools that I thought were really cool, and just wanted you to be aware of them, and they're related to outdoor water use. So I don't need to go into the details, but I did want to include this resource slide for you all because this is such an important issue. So here's the certification process in a little step-by-step list. First, you register on the online tracker, and the web link is included at the bottom of the slide. Basically, you just put in the information about your business, and then we will reach out to you and schedule an orientation call and go over the Green Business Tracker interface and go over the different measures together so that you fully understand what the program requirements are and provide you with resources to help you meet the requirements. The next step will be you running through and trying to complete the checklist as well as possible, indicating measures you're already doing, flagging measures that you need assistance with, and then we will follow up with you, complete the checklist with you, schedule a site visit, make sure everything's, all your ducks are in a row, and then voila, certification and a fabulous certificate from the Board of Supervisors and your media marketing toolkit. Usually it takes about 6 weeks to complete the process. It can be more or less, but that is the ideal time frame. So after you complete your registration on the Green Business Network, you'll be able to access the Green Business application via the online tracker. And again, one of our coordinators will schedule an orientation call with you. Here's a screenshot of what you see on the Green Business site. And not only will it allow you to get certified, but also find other green businesses. So it's a really nice website. You can sign up for their mailing, their newsletter, and also find out about resources related to sustainable building practices. So it's a really nice resource. Here's a screenshot of an application, the application online, and just what it entails. You're just pretty much toggling through to say yes, no, or not applicable. And we again help you with that process. And so finally, we just encourage you all to support our green economy by shopping green and by getting your business certified with the Sonoma Green Business Program. Pretty much any type of business or nonprofit, government operations can be certified. We work with almost all sectors of businesses, and green business certification is available countywide at no cost. So please reach out to our office with questions, and we look forward to helping you learn how to make your business more sustainable and achieve the recognition you deserve. So now we're going to roll into Deb Lane's presentation. Deb Lane is a water resource analyst with Santa Rosa Water, and take it away, Deb.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here and tell you a little bit about what's going on with the drought, as well as some services and incentives that we offer for our commercial customers. So I run our commercial, industrial, institutional program, and I am your point of contact for anything in any way I can help you with the programs we offer. Next slide, please. I don't think I'm advancing slides here, so I will need some help getting to the
You're
next.
not. I'm just having a little technical difficulty advancing, so
okay.
I will.
I mean, you'll figure it out.
I will. I don't know why. Let's see. Here we go.
There we go.
Did I go
Terrific.
too far?
No, that's the next slide.
Okay,
So
excellent.
This is the next slide. It's actually, this is through Sonoma Water, and I wanted to touch on the current water supply. The recent rains that we've been getting, well, it's been terrific. You can see that nice little bump on the black line, but it's really helped us, but it certainly hasn't been a drought buster here when you look at all of these previous years and just how low our supply is at Lake Sonoma, which is, typically it's got about a 3 or 4 year supply behind it. We were as of the 15th, we are at 49.7% storage at Lake Sonoma, and Lake Mendocino is even lower at 35.5%. So we still need conservation from our community. We have a long way to go, but fingers crossed, the storm window is going to stay open, but not cause floods, and just give us some slow, steady rains to get us up to where we need to be. Next slide, please. So we still have a mandatory 20% reduction in water use. That includes some restrictions and prohibitions. This went into effect June 29th when our city council adopted stage 3 of our water shortage contingency plan. And in addition to the prohibitions and restrictions, which I will go through, that are applicable for your business, Santa Rosa Water is also asking all residents to eliminate water waste and adopt water conserving behaviors. This is a community-wide 20% reduction, not so much the individual. We all have to do our part, but we are required collectively to reduce usage by 20%. So we have launched a drought campaign. Drought is here, save water. For home and businesses. We've done a multimedia outreach, English and Spanish, social media, digital ads, some drought drop-by events, and presentations like this. So adopting stage 3 of the water shortage contingency plan is required to reduce retail demand and achieve targets that are consistent with our allocation for the remainder of the year, our allocation from Sonoma Water. So I will touch on these, but you can see some of the landscape irrigation is limited, 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. Water waste is always prohibited, but it's especially important now. Using potable water for washing surfaces is prohibited. We need hose end shut-off nozzles. Restaurants can only serve water on request. We must, hotels and lodging establishments must have some messaging around laundering of linens only on request, and then pressure washing with potable water is prohibited unless a variance is obtained. Next slide, we'll jump into each of these. So we've made these table tents for restaurants, and you can circle back with me or to request any. We have plenty and are happy to mail them to you, or you can come get them, or we'll drop them off. Next slide. Again, with the linen laundering, we've made particular also some cards that you can display in your lodging establishment to reduce water use by just not having them laundered every day. We have yard signs and banners. So you might have seen a few of these around town. They are, the lawn signs are ready for pickup, and I would be your point of contact if you'd like to have a banner displayed. We would be happy to do that. We are working on one that is bilingual as well. So we are happy to make them in various sizes if you would like to display them at your business. Pressure washing is with potable water is prohibited unless it's for public health and safety, and a variance can be obtained. You would request that through us, and I can route that request through. And we've got plenty of those on file. Lots of folks, we register a lot of complaints and follow up. So it's important to have the variance on file so we can communicate that to the public. Also, if it's for prepping to paint an exterior of a building or a home, we are also issuing variances for those needs. So I want to just also give you a quick overview of our water use efficiency program and the services that we offer. We have a robust suite of rebates and incentives. We provide free residential or commercial checkups for home or business. The indoors, we actually are now going inside, and as long as everyone is masked on the residential, we will do that. We still offer virtual if folks prefer that. And we also do outdoor checkups, and we offer some free hardware. We do a lot of outreach and education. And then we have a few tools that, and I see a question that just popped up right on the screen here, so I will just answer it quickly. And yes, this program is only available for Santa Rosa water customers. If you are not in the city of Santa Rosa, you can check with your city or town. There are plenty of other programs, Napa and Windsor, not sure where you might be, Petaluma. Sonoma Water, if you go to this savingwaterpartnership.org, they will list a lot of the other partners and how to get in touch with those folks. And then we also have some tools. Water Smart Yard is weekly watering recommendations, and then a lot of information on our website, which I'll give you that link here in a moment. Next slide. This is really the premier opportunity for business owners to take advantage of with the city of Santa Rosa. Our sustained reduction rebate is for any kind of upgrade that is going to improve a process of efficiency. So it's a very flexible rebate. It could be for putting in a closed loop system. It could be for changing toilets out. There really isn't a limit to what can be used as long as it's going to result in water savings. And so it pays $200 for every 1,000 gallons of average monthly reduction in usage that's going to be sustained. It requires a pre-inspection. I would come out and do the pre-inspection. We do some metering and understand baseline, and then you would go ahead and do the upgrade. We typically have an estimate of how much water you're going to save, and we pay half of the rebate up front, and then we watch the usage, typically for a year. It varies, and then we pay the rest of the rebate based on the actual sustained savings. So had some businesses really get nice big checks by doing this, and we do pay. I would also include that it's $200 for every 1,000 gallons, or the cost of the material, whichever is less of the two. We have a high efficiency urinal rebate. So if you've got businesses that got a 1 gallon per flush or greater urinal, you're eligible for this. You must replace it with a pint urinal or a waterless urinal. All of our fixtures have got to be EPA WaterSense approved, and we pay up to the list price of the urinal itself, not labor, with a limit of $450. But there aren't too many urinals that cost more than that. So this is a great opportunity, particularly for businesses where those get a lot of usage. When you're replacing toilets or urinals, or even the washing machines we're about to look at, the important thing to keep in mind is you're not just saving the money you're paying for how much water you're purchasing, you're also saving on sewer costs, and sewer costs are a lot more expensive than water. So these type of fixture improvements are often have a very good return on investment, and are the first things I look to when I'm going out on an audit and trying to help a customer understand the low-hanging fruit and opportunities for their businesses. So the commercial clothes washer rebate, up to $350 maximum per washing machine. And then our final one on the indoor side is a commercial kitchen water energy rebate. We are partnering with Sonoma Water, who received a grant through the Department of Water Resources on this. This is a really excellent opportunity. We still have a lot of money available, and for any qualifying restaurant, it doesn't have to be just a typical retail sit-down restaurant. It can be another type of facility that prepares and serves food. The definition of restaurant is a little more broad than that, and you can get 100% of the cost of the equipment to replace dishwashers, steam cookers, pre-rinse spray nozzles, or lavatory faucets. So there are, you would work with me, and I would audit the facility, take a look at what you have, then you choose something that uses less water and less energy off of some lists from PG&E, and you will get up to 100%. You purchase the equipment, and then send us in the invoices and the application. You'll get up to 100%. The only thing that's taken out is any applicable PG&E rebate that you might be getting, which is typically maybe a few $100s. I have businesses that have gotten tens of thousands of dollars of free equipment through this. So I highly recommend, if this applies to you, or if any of your other network, your colleagues are in this industry, please send them my way. And then our outdoor. So that was talked about a little bit earlier in this presentation today. We have basically two types of outdoor rebates, and one is for irrigation efficiency upgrades. It's based per meter. You can see on a commercial meter, it's actually up to $1,000, which on a lot of businesses, that's a lot of money because it might not be a huge irrigated area. And so this would be to convert overhead spray to drip irrigation, or to replace the older conventional controller with a new weather-based irrigation controller that will automatically adjust to site and weather conditions. There are many different, any type of irrigation improvement that's going to result in water savings is typically eligible for this. Again, it requires a pre and post inspection, so it's important that nothing happens until we come out and take a look at what's already there. And then our Cash for Grass Green Exchange is, it's actually, we have a drought special, and it's never been higher. We're paying $1.50 per square foot right now to replace existing high water use lawn with an approved low water use landscape. There are a few hoops you have to jump through with this. You've got to put in plant material at maturity. It has to have a 50% density. You've got to convert your shrub spray to drip. You've got to add mulch. You've got to use only permeable hardscape materials. no more than, I think, 15% of the area can be rocks. So we're pushing for a sustainable landscaping approach where we have biodiversity, plants sequester carbon. So we do have a plant density requirement on this, but that also beautifies the site. So it's an excellent opportunity. You can see that up to 10,000 square feet per year, which would be $15,000, is available for commercial sites. And if you got a site with a lot of lawn and you want to start, prioritizing areas to convert to a low water use landscape, I'd urge you to get started while this drought special is in place, because it's typically 75 cents and it's double that right now. So that was mostly it. I'm happy to have time to answer some questions. This is our website where you can learn in detail more about our programs. And this is my contact info. That's my direct line as well as my email. I'd be happy to help you in any way I can. So it looks like, I don't know if we have any questions right now. But
Right now, it doesn't look like we have any additional ones. You were able to answer the one about if these incentives were only for City of Santa Rosa businesses. So that was the only one we got so far. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat and we'll address them.
All right, well, it seems like maybe we don't have any questions. So I just wanted to thank you all for your time today and to take a listen to what we have to offer. And please do reach out to me. We are really more than happy to help.
Thanks so much, Deb. That is you have such great programs in the city of Santa Rosa, and just want to really reiterate, since this is a countywide presentation, that the Sonoma Marin Saving Water Partnership is a great resource, and Santa Rosa's programs are all listed there too. So thanks so much, Deb. We really appreciate you joining us today.
You're welcome. I'm going to jump off and get to another meeting. So have a great day, everyone.
So now we're going to welcome Maria and Connie to talk about the Bay Ren Business Program, and they can tell you a little more about themselves. But let's roll into some resources for energy efficiency for businesses in the Bay Area.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon or good morning. Welcome to our Bay Ren Business Program presentation. We appreciate everyone joining us today so that we can introduce you to this new program for small to medium business owners in the Bay Area. Next slide, please. My name is Connie Malone Jones, and I'm part of the Bay Ren Business Marketing Team. I work closely with Maria Fields, who represents mCloud, the company that is providing our Bay Ren business offering. I will provide an overview of the program today, and Maria will dive into more detail about the program later on in the presentation. Next slide, please. Our workshop today, thank you to Chris and Sonoma County for allowing us to join you today. We appreciate the opportunity. Today, we're going to talk about Bay Ren Business, an overview about the program, asset care for small to medium businesses. That's part of our program offering, the long-term value, how the program works, and we're doing a current promotion of limited time incentives, extra incentives, and we'll talk about those. We'll talk about how to get started. And then we also will talk about program referrals. Next slide, please. The program, Bay Ren, the program is provided by the 9 Bay Ren governments who make up the Bay Area Regional Energy Network, which we call Bay Ren. Again, thank you to Sonoma for hosting us today. And Bay Ren is funded by utility ratepayer funds to the California Public Utilities Commission, as well as other sources, and it draws on the expertise and knowledge of the Bay Area local governments. Bay Ren provides regional scale energy efficiency programs, services, and resources. These programs are designed to make it easier for homes, multifamily buildings, and businesses to save money and energy by upgrading equipment such as lighting, heating, air conditioning, refrigeration, and more. Next slide, please. Bayren Business. This is an innovative new program that can help small to medium businesses upgrade their building and reduce their operating costs by up to 25%. Next slide, please. Small to medium businesses less than 50,000 square feet are eligible for the program. Best fit businesses for the program have an average energy spend of less than $1,500 a month and are located in one of the 9 Bay Area counties. The businesses should be locally or regionally owned and in buildings that you lease or own. It's important that we identify the decision maker who pays the utility bills, because this person will benefit from the upgrades and see the reduction of energy spend on their utility bills. So the program can serve commercial and municipal buildings, including fitness centers, retail stores, restaurants, auto dealers, grocery stores, medical offices, and more. And this is really a good time to get in touch with the program. Right now, Bayren Business is offering significant discounts through the end of the year for qualified small businesses. And we will, Maria will actually review the current promotion later in the presentation. Next slide, please. Bayren Business presents Asset Care from mCloud. Asset Care from mCloud brings the power of data and technology to support small and medium business customers in operating their facilities. We typically see these kinds of approaches to facility management. These are common for large commercial and industrial sites, but we feel like there's even more of a need for this in smaller businesses. This program, Bayren Business, is intended to close that gap. If you're interested in the program, you will work with the mCloud team to sign up for Asset Care, and their team will provide continued ongoing customer service throughout the duration of the program. There are no upfront capital costs. Instead, Asset Care offers a low-cost monthly subscription that will help you save energy, reduce your ongoing operating costs, and free you from the day-to-day work of managing your facility. Now I'd like to pass the baton to Maria, who'll talk about Asset Care in more detail. Next slide, please.
Perfect. Thanks. Thanks so much, Connie. And thanks everyone for putting this on. It's a nice set of resources that you guys have put together. So yeah, so as Connie said, you know, the one of the main things I want to get across is just this idea that data and technology can be brought to bear on many aspects of facility management and operations. And this is common in many areas of our lives and very common in larger buildings. But in small and mid-sized commercial buildings, this is virtually, you know, kind of it's new territory. And so I just want to, I'm going to talk about some of the benefits of that, but that's really one of the key aspects of what this service provides. And sometimes I use an analogy to just convey what the difference is there. And it can be, you know, cell phones and things. You know, we've got a lot of areas of our lives that have been impacted by technology. But one of the things I like to talk about is just cars and the way that automobile technology has changed over the last, you know, 5 to 10 years. So if you've driven a new car, it's a lot more like driving a computer. It does all sorts of nifty things, like my new car will, you know, the windshield wipers come on when it's raining and only by the amount of rain that, you know, that's falling. So that's kind of a cool ease of use thing. But the big, you know, the big impact is really when somebody's servicing the car. You know, they tend to be plugging the car in, pulling all sorts of data off of the car and really comparing it, not just to itself and seeing how it's running, but really comparing it to hundreds of other cars like it, so that there's an ability to pick up lots of information from that. So I kind of lean on that analogy to convey a couple of the big benefits of a managed approach like this. So it's a lot about ease of use, taking things off the plate of a business owner. And then there are these other benefits of efficiency and reliability in what are, you know, fairly substantial assets in these buildings. So, you know, I'll touch on a couple of the key benefits. It's energy use, reduced service maintenance costs. The system provides a 24/7 monitoring and customer service a subscription basically. And so that becomes kind of an outsourced facility management tool for business owners. And for people who have an interest, there's an ability to monitor and mitigate indoor air quality, which is definitely a hotter topic these days and of interest to some. So next slide. So I guess that, the main thing here is that technology can help. And one of the things that we talk to businesses about is really future proofing, because when you look at, we've heard all these presentations about drought, all these things happening. This California is undergoing many changes, as are other states, in the way that energy is paid for, and the way that the grid works is becoming much more dynamic. So having a system like this where you have data software management through the cloud enables a business owner to be positioned to take advantage of some of these changes rather than kind of have these inflicted on them. And this will be in an ongoing evolution in the electric grid nationally, really. So, and one of the things, just going back to the Green Business Program, there's going to be a real drive towards performance and measurement of carbon and things like that. And so having these kinds of systems where the building performance is being managed and data is gained from that can really help businesses to demonstrate that performance and certainly qualify for things like the Green Business Program, which is a terrific program. Next slide. So the way that Asset Care works really is it's pretty easy. We manage the whole thing turnkey. We will come to you, perform a site assessment, and really understand what technology is in your building, how you're operating the building currently, and a bit about just pain points and things that may exist that are unique to your site, and just learn about those as a way to problem solve. We will come back pretty quickly with a proposal. And this proposal, as Connie said, is a subscription. We manage everything. There's no upfront cost. It's really all done through a simple monthly subscription. And once the installation is complete, which is usually about 45 to 60 days, once the customer signs off, we would be in the operating mode where we'd be monitoring your building and providing this live ops service that we talked about. So it's pretty simple. We manage all the pieces. Next slide. So this is the what we call the enabling equipment that goes into the building. It's a combination, again, depending on the site, of advanced HVAC controls, smart thermostat sensors, and measurement devices that go in the building. And all of that feeds into a building management system that brings together that data. It has the ability to learn over time how the building heats up and cools down. There's just one aspect that I'll touch on here, that if you have multiple HVAC systems, this kind of a building management system, which is kind of like having a brain in the building, has an ability to really optimize the function of multiple HVAC, so that so they're all doing just what's needed to keep the building within temperature bands. And that's just an example of the kind of machine learning that can go on over time with this kind of technology. For buildings that have an interest, we have the ability to monitor indoor air quality and provide mitigation depending on interest. And for some sites that have, say, on-site food storage and things, we have some refrigeration measures that both protect food, stored food, and can also add advanced measures to refrigeration to save energy. And again, all of this, it comes through what we call our hub, and the data and connectivity is kind of managed through our headquarters, and both through software and experts that are there to help. Next slide. So that service that that is really the primary relationship with the customer is called Live Ops. And as I said, that's a combination of software and people who stand behind that with expertise. So, and thinking about the car analogy is, again, it's kind of similar. We have folks who can monitor the data and really turn that, the information that comes from that building into insight. And it's based on the many hundreds of buildings and HVAC units that we're monitoring that really gives us the real power behind that. So, I mentioned the example about the unit coordination of HVACs. We're also able to really turn what is routine maintenance that's done typically by kind of a calendar system into something where maintenance goes out only when it's needed and only to do what's needed. And that's another real source of efficiency that we can bring to bear. And one of the results of this is just longer equipment life, fewer problems, fewer downtime issues, fewer emergencies, all of which we kind of dial the building in and can create those operational benefits. So next slide. So we have a couple of dashboards that we're looking at. I've just brought screenshots of a couple. Customers also have access to these dashboards and can monitor performance, can change set points if they want to. But this is primarily, this is what we're looking at. And I think of this as kind of the vital signs of the building. And so this is how we're keeping track of what's happening. And again, beginning to dial these buildings in so that we're really improving things on a couple of fronts. And in here you see a lot about the maintenance and our targets for faults, how long a problem takes to solve when a maintenance truck roll is required, how long does it take to get that resolution. And having the ability to have kind of eyes on the building gives us the ability to know what's likely wrong and to confirm that it's fixed. And because truck rolls are expensive things, so it's just an example of one of the things that we focus on. And the second one, which is on the next slide, is really energy. And energy is, as I said, becoming a big expense for businesses. So if you can go to the next slide, you'll see a little bit about how we target that. So, energy typically is probably the number 2 or 3 line item for most businesses and growing. And much of that expense has to do with what's called demand. And that has to do with energy spikes and times that businesses are using energy that are particularly expensive. And that kind of disparity is likely to continue. So one of the things that we really are able to focus on with this system is to save energy 24/7. So there's definitely that ability, but the connectivity that we have into these buildings really gives us an ability and a power to focus on expensive times of energy use. And because the building has controls and is able to be optimized, we're really able to target that. And so that is a key source of the benefit that disproportionately saves energy, but disproportionately save dollars for the businesses we work with. So that we can, I guess go to the next slide. In terms of how we go about modeling the projects and working with customers, we would begin with this services questionnaire, and this is kind of a subset of the things that we look at. And again, we're looking to understand the technology that is there on site and particular needs and desires of the business owner. Next slide. We would be able to come back with a subscription, and this is it's probably a little bit of a larger site for on average, but this is a real site. And what we come back with is a subscription that is kind of an all-in cost for both the enabling equipment and the service we provide. And what you see here is typical of what happens, which is that the subscription cost is puts the customer in a cash flow neutral position. So basically, what you've been spending on utilities and other aspects of your facility management, what this subscription does is it saves on your utility bill roughly an amount that's comparable to the subscription. And so you're cash flow neutral, And sometimes the way I describe it is you're getting all these other benefits as upside, and the other benefits tend to be highly valued over time. So things that have to do with keeping the service and maintenance costs down, lengthening equipment life, and making the making the operation of the HVAC systems more efficient it tends to be something it's highly valued over time by business owners. And I think until they have this kind of a service and have somebody at the other end of the phone who's looking out for them and has an extra set of eyes on their building, it isn't something that, that they realize how much they would appreciate that. So so that's how the subscription works. And it is a 36-month subscription. At the end of that term, the customer owns this equipment, and so they could continue with us, and the subscription fee would be reduced. It would be dependent on the services that the customer wants at that point, but it would go down. They could also migrate to another service provider if they chose, and the equipment enables that in a way that is similar to like a cable box or something. Or they could, migrate back to the way that they were managing the building before. So next slide. So there is a particular, bonus program right now. So for customers that have interest, it's a great time to check this out. Before November 30th, customers would receive 18 months of that subscription free. So that's basically half of the subscription term would be free. So that's a great benefit. For through the end of December, we would have 12 months free. So it's a good time to check this out. And for businesses, we can go through what it takes to qualify for that, but it tends to be the smaller and harder to reach businesses that they're trying to capture through this enhanced incentive. So we have on the next slide, we've got some friendly mCloud staff that you might have met or may meet. Feel free to call anyone here. Feel free to call me if you have any questions or want to get started. And on the next slide, there's a site you can go to learn a little bit more about the program, fill out an interest form if you prefer to get in touch that way. And that's it. So, please be in touch if you have any questions. And again, thanks so much for the opportunity to talk with you guys. And I think I'll turn it back over to Connie, who's going to talk a little bit more about referrals in case the program isn't a fit. We can direct you to other programs as well. So thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Next slide, please. First, we have a referral process in place for Bay Ren Business has set this up for small to medium businesses that decide not to move forward with Bay Ren Business. We have this referral process in place to direct customers to other rebate programs, financing options, and additional resources that may be a better fit for you. If this applies to your business, your mCloud outreach representative will provide a handoff to our referral team. Our referral team staff will talk to you about the other programs available in your area and help you find the best fit for your business. We encourage you to reach out to us so we can help you to start saving energy and reducing your energy costs. Next slide. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. In the meantime, here's our Bay Ren Business website where you can sign up for your free energy assessment, our phone number, and our email that will go to Maria and her sales team. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.
I don't see any questions that have come in, but yes, if anybody had any question about anything that we went over today, the only person who's not here anymore would be Deb, who presented on the water programs for businesses for Santa Rosa City. But any questions about the Green Business Program or anything that was mentioned for Bay Ren Business, go ahead and type it into the chat. We're happy to answer those questions.
And we will again be sending out this slide deck. So you'll have all of this contact information available. So you can reach out to anybody with questions directly. And you can always contact us to find out about other programs. And here's a little more, another slide with contact information for Bay Ren Business. And here's our contact information for our office. Again, we can connect you with any of these resources if you reach out to our staff. And we really, really appreciate you coming in and virtually and joining us for this presentation, Maria and Connie. Looks like a fantastic program for Bay Area businesses. And thank you everyone for joining us today. This has been a pleasure and we look forward to hearing from you. How's the chat, Pilar? Anybody, any outstanding questions?
No, I think we have a shy group today.
And again, don't hesitate to reach out. This is a direct email to our staff inbox and our front desk phone number. And we would be happy to connect you to these folks and help you make your business more sustainable. So thanks again and have a great day and take care.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.